Hey everybody, welcome into the Banter podcast. Is that how you guys start this thing? I don't really know too much.
Trevor hasn't been here in a while.
I got the light thing.
Hit it
Now
with
do I
it. Hit him
turn
with it.
Is that what I do now?
Do it. Ooh.
Come on.
Oh,
Hey.
Trevor, you're really good at that, man.
I took 3 tries.
You should be on the show more often.
It's like riding a bike, man.
Yep.
Well, you had to ask.
What is a bike?
I don't know how to ride a bike.
What is a bike man?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I haven't been on here in a while. What have I missed?
Same.
Brad likes animals.
Silas, I think you've been on since I actually should look back through. Continue.
Silas,
Konner.
you were on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Silas, dude. You don't even.
Feels
you're
like
so
forever,
spoiled.
man. Missed you guys. Missed you guys.
Here's the recap. Brad likes animals.
Who doesn't?
Jason likes board games and musicals, kind of.
There has been 1, 2,
Hunter
3, 4,
runs
5.
and is beautiful.
There's been 5 episodes since I've last been on.
Ooh.
That's a long time.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. There's been 3 since Silas has been
Well,
on.
let
but
me
he
hit
was
you
on
off,
2 in a
Trev.
row.
Let me hit you off, Trev, with a dream I had. Okay,
I had 2 I had 3 in a row there for a little bit.
Trev.
I was on fire.
Trev,
You're on
Continue.
fire. You're a
let
fireman.
me go ahead and open up this episode by telling you guys about a dream I had. All right,
Gosh, I just love that.
I had
this
a
is
dream,
I'm
too.
gonna go ahead
I had a
and
dream
warn
that
you.
my dishwasher wouldn't suck. Keep going.
I'm gonna go ahead and warn you. This is a weird dream. Okay.
Thanks
I
for
wouldn't
the
have it any
warning.
other way.
Because I don't understand what the purpose of anything that happened in this dream
I'll
was.
interpret it for you.
Yes, actually, if you could.
Yeah, we do
This is
palm
great.
reading.
Let's make this a part of the banter, all right? We interpret each other's dreams.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
7 years of famine, followed by. Keep going.
Okay, so in my dream, the 3 of us and Hunter.
Okay, the
Okay,
boys.
the boys.
The
We
boys.
are parked. We're driving in the car, and we are in the middle of like Hunter's thought that he is taking us to this elementary school. No, it's not an elementary school. It is a like school that has from elementary to high school.
Why are we going there?
And he is like, trying to convince us, and you guys are all on board.
Yeah.
And I'm just confused as crap.
For the boys.
Yeah, he's just like,
one for
so
all,
we're
all
gonna
for
go
one.
in and like go up to the office, or we're gonna go in and we're gonna go like sit in on like middle school and like high school classes,
That's dope.
and like just like sit in on them.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He was like,
That's,
basically like it's gonna be like
that
hilarious.
sounds so
I
dumb.
probably wouldn't understand. What
He
you're
was like,
talking
it's
about.
gonna be hilarious because like we're gonna sit in these classes like all day. And I was like, Hunter, you can't just go into schools and do that. Like that's illegal. Like they have
They won't let
security.
you in.
Like they won't let you in. He's like, well, I'll just like we'll go up to the office and
Hunter
I'll, like,
knows somebody.
and I'll like
though.
convince them. I'll like convince them that like he for some reason was so focused on the fact that he had this list of names of students that weren't.
no.
No, hold on. He had this list of names.
Going
of students.
into a school
No,
with
no.
a list.
He had
I don't like
this
where this is
list
going.
of names of students. I feel like I need to say this so it isn't clipped. This is a dream. This is a dream.
He was gonna clip it.
He had this list of names of students who were absent that day to convince
Oh.
to convince the
Oh,
people at the
that we are
office.
those students.
No,
Oh.
that there was enough space in the classroom.
Oh.
for us.
Okay.
That
He
sounds
was
like a way Hunter
he
would.
was, he was like convinced that like the reason why they wouldn't let us sit in there is because there wasn't enough space in the classroom. So he was like, see, Jeffrey and Reginald and all these people,
Reginald.
they're absent
Yeah.
today. So we know there's enough space for us in the classrooms. And like his goal was for us all to split up and go to different classes. And I'm just like, Hunter,
It's even dumber.
there's not a camera. There wasn't like we weren't filming it for something.
So
and we were just
you
there.
were the only one not attached to like whatever.
Yeah,
dream
everybody
world
else
we
was
were
like,
in.
yeah, this is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, why is it gonna be funny?
I'm gonna get homework.
Because our goal wasn't even to act like students. I was like, we can't act like students. I have a beard, and like,
Yeah, you ruined our ploy. We were
I
gonna
guess
do
so.
that.
And he was like, it'd just be hilarious. It's like, it honestly doesn't sound
So I
like
was
fun to
probably
me
stepping on him.
to sit in school until 4:00 in the afternoon. Like, that doesn't sound like fun to me. And I was also like, they're gonna like, I serve with our youth. Like, there's bound to be a kid that goes to my church here is gonna recognize me. And Hunter, This is such a funny dream, but also there are parts of it that are so accurate.
Well, because a lot of times personalities shine through. Like even if like our like objective and motives are all really weird, like that's the part. It's like in Inception. You remember in the movie? Have you ever seen Inception?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In the movie,
one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, in the movie Inception, they explain at one part that in the
Silas,
dream
have you seen that
worlds-
movie? You need to watch it.
In the dream worlds, there will basically be some things that are a little off, but they're not abnormal until they're pointed out to the person that is like dreaming. Like if you point it out to them, then everything kind of crumbles and their dream collapses. But so that's kind of what you're explaining right now is like some things are right, but we're trying to sit in a middle school class.
Hunter's like, we finally get, we
You
like
got
walk,
accepted.
We walk in there and we're in the office and he's showing them the list. And it's like, it was so funny because it felt so realistic because he was like, hey, so like, we want to like sit in on classes today. And they're like, okay, what are your names? My name was Gunter. Hunter had printed us out name tags.
What was my name?
I don't remember what anybody else's name was.
Gunter.
All I know is for some reason my name tag said Gunter.
That's pretty
Is
good.
that a name?
Yeah.
Gunter? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a name.
Gunter.
I remember it so vividly. looking down and seeing my name tag and be like, why the frick does my name tag say
Hunter was
Gunter?
like, okay, Hunter is a name. How about Gunter?
Yeah, yeah. And so he like tells him about the list and everything. You know him and his list. You know Hunter, always trying to have the absent kid list.
Yeah, always Hunter.
And he's like, well, I'm actually like, eventually they're like, what? So why do you guys want to be here? Like, what are you doing here? He's like, well, I'm like I make like videos. I make like videos that young people watch. Like I make like young people videos. And Hunter's just like struggling to say this. And I'm
okay, let me get a checklist here. Going into a school with a list of children and I make young people videos. Continue.
We didn't. Then I woke up.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. God. I was like, it was the most stressful dream because again,
I think Hunter incepted you, and I think that
he what me?
He incepted you. He was trying. He was
I
controlling
don't
your
think
dream.
that's the way they
He's
use that
trying
verb.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Konner, now, come on.
Okay.
You're the one with the list.
Sorry, Hunter incepted me.
He incepted you, and it was trying
Now
to get
I'm
you.
pregnant with his child.
No.
Come
he
on.
was trying to convince you of something, but he didn't quite get there. The dream collapsed. You realized you were on to
I
him.
feel like that might. You
So
know
what
what
was he trying to convince you of in that dream, do you think?
I don't know.
Maybe that was
you're
just
the
part
interpreter.
one.
Yeah, interpret it, Trev.
Well, all I can say at this point is keep yourself on guard in those dreams because I think Hunter's sneaking in, giving you the little
he
inception
does.
drugs.
You know what? Because you guys were both like pretty docile. You guys were just kind of there.
Hunter was the active
but Hunter
one.
was like Hunter. It was
Yeah,
him.
he was incepting you.
He was the
I think
inceptor.
Hunter incepted me.
Yeah.
Hunter the
incepted you.
inceptor.
I just remember being so anxious because I was like, what do we do once we get like what the like punchline of this joke is that we get past the front desk and we just go awkwardly sit in a classroom with a bunch of students. They're like, what are you doing here? And just like, I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm doing here. My name's
love that you were
My name's
like-
Gunter though.
You're like so concerned. That's funny.
Yeah, it was a really, really weird dream.
That's good, man. Yeah, I don't really have dreams. I kind of just close my eyes at night and wake up the next morning.
I don't.
I used to have really vivid dreams as a kid, and like especially vivid. I think I just used to have a way more active imagination, obviously. So I think like you have more dreams when you have but like I wake up every day and like sometimes I'll have a dream, but like it's not super vivid. I never feel immersed in them. I almost feel like spectators of them.
Okay.
I don't ever feel the emotions of a dream. Like even if something happening in a dream, like I used to very much feel them. But even nowadays, if something happens in a dream that might even be a little intense or odd or make me like I should feel some emotion,
Yeah.
I wake up just kind of feeling like, yeah, I went through that dream, but I didn't feel any type of way because of it. And then my wife wakes up next to me and is like, let me tell you about what you did to me last night in my dream. like she has
You
dreams
jerk.
every night, and yeah, usually I do something absolutely vicious. But I'm a bad guy. But yeah, I don't know, because like when I was a kid, I'd have like nightmares. I'd have dreams all the time. Sometimes I have dreams that were like I would have dreams where if you had a scary dream, I would wake up feeling scared, or if I had a dream where I was really happy to be in that dream because something good was happening, I'd wake up feeling disappointed. The worst was sometimes you'd wake up. Do you ever? Okay, this is something that happens to me, but sometimes I will think of something that puts me in a good mood. Like what was it last night? It was something random where I thought of something that was like, oh, yes, that's great. Like, it put me in a good mood or even makes you look forward to something. And then you forget what it is. And then like 5 minutes pass. You're like, wait a minute. I was in a good mood. Like I was excited for something. Like what was it that put me in that mood? And then sometimes you remember. You're like, oh, yeah, it's because we're doing this later. Or I'm going. It's like sometimes that happens to me. That's what would happen with dreams sometimes is I would wake up and be like, I was like really excited about it. It's like I was in a really good mood.
Yeah.
What was that? And then you'd finally get to it and be like, that was in my dream. Yeah. Like that is why. And then that was like a second letdown.
I would say like one of the most like frustrating things is whenever you like some dreams like I remember really, really well.
Yeah.
And then some of them like I wake up and immediately like I can feel it like I'm losing it. I'm losing all the memory of it, and it's so frustrating whenever I'm trying to remember and like trying to tell Gabby about it, and it's just like I just don't remember any of it. But like I know it was an interesting dream. It's just I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, my dreams nowadays are so stupid and meaningless usually that I'm like I just don't even want to recap them.
Hey Hunter, I'm on to you, man.
Yeah, we know you incepted him.
We know that you incepted me. You're trying to get to me through my dreams. I know it.
Hunter agrees. He didn't
He
deny it. He didn't deny it.
He said,
He didn't deny
He
it,
said,
though.
huh.
He did. He hit him with the Minecraft noise.
I have pretty vivid dreams, but I don't always remember them though.
I never remember any dreams, man.
No.
I go to sleep, wake up, repeat.
See, I'm the type of guy, though, where I like that. The dream thing for me, too much of a hassle.
It's not like every night for me.
Because it doesn't change my life.
Too much of a hassle.
Because if I have a good dream, I'm going to wake up disappointed that it wasn't true. If I have a bad dream, I had a bad dream. If I have a neutral dream, like what? I don't need entertained in my sleep. So
dreams are weird.
I'm down to not be doing the dream thing.
Dreams are weird. Why do we dream?
Why do we dream? Because our brain stays active while we're asleep.
I know, but it's just crazy. Like think about it.
Dreams are a
if you're not confused, think about it more.
Dreams are a crazy thing to grasp because there's things happening in your head while your body is asleep.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a whale, you freaking
Here we go.
Oh.
If you're a whale, you keep swimming, right? Isn't it whales or dolphins or something?
I know sharks.
Sharks
they are like alive, but they're like sleeping.
Yeah, I think sharks stay put in the water.
We need
sharks can't do that.
We need Brad.
Sharks can't stay still.
What?
Sharks sink if they stay still. They have to
They're the
constantly.
ones that keep moving.
Yeah.
I thought they kind of just like floated.
Sharks can't float. Sharks can't
floated.
float.
What do they look like when they're sleeping? I thought they just kind of looked like they were in place, but maybe they're just keeping themselves in place.
I just know that sharks can't stay still.
How do sharks?
Dude, sharks
sleep?
freak me out.
Sharks are weird.
All those teeth.
No, so this is what they do.
What?
They glide down instead of swimming. So they take a period of rest, which is their version of sleeping, where they just kind of glide themselves down, I guess.
So they just slowly kind of
slowly descend.
Oh.
That's why I guess that's why they look.
Watching a shark sleep sounds terrifying.
And some sharks can actually rest on the sea floor. And they rest in a way that the current continues to push water through their gills.
So that's why they have to move, is because they have to keep continuing.
Because that's how
water.
they breathe.
That's how they breathe, man. That water passes
Sharks
through their
are
gillies.
weird. I think sharks are kind of dumb.
Gills are crazy.
I think sharks are kind of a dumb animal.
Gills are crazy.
Like I know that a lot of people think they're
Sharks
cool,
are
and like
pretty
I think
dumb.
they're cool. Like also at the same time, like they're really dumb.
What do you mean dumb?
They're not like the smartest animal out
I
there.
don't know. They just look dumb.
They'll
They
bite.
just look dumb?
They do kind of look dumb.
They kind of look.
I
dumb.
think the
look- I
hammerhead
think they
shark
look
gives them a bad
scary.
name. I mean, that thing's got eyes on either
yeah.
side of its head.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
That is pretty dumb.
No, but whales are more dumb.
No,
Don't
whales
you
are
dare,
cool.
dude.
Whales are
No.
cool.
Whales are beautiful. They
No.
communicate with each
Whales
other.
are-
Yeah,
whales are not
beautiful.
more
Whales
dumb.
just
They have a
take up
language.
space in the ocean.
Shut your mouth, dude.
That's all they do.
No.
What do they do?
How
communicate
dare
with each
you,
other. Well, I'm
dude.
sure they do a lot because they eat a lot of things in the
Whales
ocean.
are a huge part of the filtration system in the ocean, probably.
Oh,
I
so
don't
they
know.
eat all the trash.
They eat a lot of krill
Yeah,
And
they eat all the
if they weren't
krill.
around to eat,
Krill?
Yeah,
yes,
krill
Okay.
de Ville.
if they weren't around
What
to
about
eat 'em, I
sharks?
bet
Do
that
sharks eat krill?
No,
they eat
they eat
fishes.
humans.
What
and
is
like
krill?
license
They eat
plates and stuff.
babies.
Okay, what is
That's
krill?
how you know they're stupid.
What?
You ever seen that? Like they'll
No.
have a dead shark and they'll like cut open his stomach. They'll find like freaking license plates and crap.
Why'd
in there.
they eat that?
Exactly, because they're dumb.
I mean, I don't eat razor blades.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
gosh.
Come on,
guys,
shark.
speaking of razor
no.
blades, man, you know how cheap those things are.
Oh.
Razor blades?
They're just too cheap.
That sounds so
Why? What makes you
painful.
come up with that?
Because I was looking into them last night.
Yeah, you
Why?
can buy like 100 pack
Because
for like 20
I was
bucks.
like thinking to myself, like I have a really good utility like knife that I like, and I was like, I just need to get
Like those kind of razor blades.
yes, utility blades.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get more of these, and then it was like, oh, you can get at Harbor Freight, you can get a 50 pack with
Oh,
a little
yeah,
like
baby.
spring loaded dispenser.
Oh, come
for
on.
$5.
Oh, hit him
I was
with
like,
it.
I'll never run out of that in my
Wait, what kind of
life.
razor blades were you talking about?
I thought you were talking about like shaving razor blades. I was like, Trevor, why are you like looking into razor blades so much right
Utility
now?
blades. Sorry guys, I saw this really genius thing where John Malecki took a utility blade, tightened that thing in his vise,
I was just about to tell you about that.
and then he's like pulling stuff through it to cut it,
Mm-hmm.
like tape, or like he was using it to make rags out of t-shirts and stuff. I was like, his vise is so sick. The way it's on the end of his bench like that.
What's your vice?
Do you have a vice?
Not yet.
No, I mean
Vices
like,
are expensive.
No, I mean like,
My
what's your vice?
Oh, I brought
Like,
that. I brought that energy drink thing
Oh
today.
heck yeah!
Listeners, so there was this
Huh?
there's this energy drink thing I saw that is the
You're
way
killing this story
the
right now.
reason why
Trev.
it's enticing. The reason why it's enticing is because they either purchased or stole the licensing. I mean, they throw the
Either one is
trademark-
interesting.
They throw the trademark right on there. So I have to imagine there was some ethics involved.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
And it seems like a pretty big company. So they have the licensing to certain popular flavors, like whether it be a drink or a candy, to put on their energy drink. So, for example, the one I
Who?
brought this morning, it's called Rise or something.
Oh.
The one I brought this morning has like the Sunny D logo, clear as day, on top of it. There was one that had like the Country Time Lemonade. There's like a one, and then they go into candies. There's like a Ring Pop, and these are all like the licensed brands that they use as part of their flavor branding. Which, obviously, in my head, I'm like, they're just slapping that on there. This is going to taste nothing like the actual product that you would expect. But I was like, really smart marketing. You know, I think that's smart. You know, got me.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I brought the Sunny D one today, and sure enough, it tastes like orange. Like it doesn't really
Okay.
taste like. I wouldn't say it's like a. I would say it's a distant relative of Sunny D.
Okay.
Sunny D is a pretty unique flavor.
I'm not a big Sunny D guy.
It's
I don't
a
like it.
polarizing beverage. I
Yeah.
quite like it
I'd
because
rather
I
have
think
just
I really
orange
like
juice.
orange juice, and so
Well,
like
just
I-
give me orange juice.
fair
Just
enough.
give me the real
I like
freaking
I
thing.
like orange juice variants. Let me tell you about
Gosh.
something.
Does Sunny D have vitamin D in it?
Why do you think it's called Sunny D? Yeah.
All right.
It's a good source of that was like their whole ploy. It was like
Well,
get kids to drink it or get parents to buy it. I should
Yeah,
say
it's
'cause
like we just put
we
some-
got vitamin
Because
Vitamin
now
D
it's
in this
just
liquid
now
sugar.
it's just
Yeah.
juice. With
not like you're gonna
vitamin D.
or just like go outside, but
yeah.
or just like touch grass.
touch grass.
Hey kid, go touch grass.
The
It's like
I like
go
orange
take a
juice
hike.
variants at
Touch
Aldi.
grass, dude.
At Aldi, they sell an orange juice that's like mixed with mango. Kicks butt. It just kicks
That
butt.
sounds
I
great.
love orange juice. You know what's funny about orange juice?
What?
Is I feel like when you're a kid, at least when I was a kid, like orange juice is like it's very different from the other juices, like a grape juice or an apple juice,
Yeah.
or something like that.
How?
where
How so?
it's just not as sweet.
There's pulp.
Well, I don't.
Well,
I'm not
I
a
mean,
pulp
It's
I
also
get it
very.
if you
It's
do.
also
pulp
like
guy.
it's
It's
obviously
much more acidic.
Yeah.
less
I don't
sweet.
mind
than
very
pulp.
other
tart.
juices.
Very tart.
Yeah. So like when I was a kid, like orange juice, like I
You
drank
guys
it
do
with
no pulp? No pulp?
no pulp.
I do
No,
pulp.
I don't want
no
to eat my
pulp.
juice.
I do
Interesting
pulp.
choice.
No pulp. Either
I
way.
like the normal amount of pulp, as in like this was actually squeezed
I just
out
don't
of it.
Yeah.
like. I just don't understand the
fine.
appeal in drinking something that tastes like skin.
Extra
'Cause it is,
extra,
essentially. It's
extra
orange. It's an
vitamins and
orange.
minerals.
It's an orange.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of oranges for the reason that I think that they are wrapped in something that can become a disgusting texture nightmare.
Well,
I'm not. I don't feel that way about oranges.
That's fair. I'm just saying. And so yeah, I like when I was growing up, orange juice was more of like, yeah, you drink it with breakfast, but like I'm not gonna drink it with anything else. Nowadays, I'll just chug orange juice.
If I put orange juice in my glass, it's gone in 2
I
seconds.
love it. Trader Joe's has a
problem
tangerine
is
juice. Wow, it's good.
Orange juice gives me
That's the same thing.
real bad acid reflux.
Tangerine juice and orange juice.
They're subtle difference, very subtle difference, but it's there and it's good.
What's the difference?
I can't describe it to you. Have you ever had a tangerine?
Yeah.
It tastes like that instead of tasting like an orange.
Tangerines
They
are like
taste the same.
they're like a
They
little
don't
less
taste the
tart.
same.
They're a little less tart.
They're a little
more
sweeter.
like sugary.
Yeah, they're a little sugary, like sweeter than an orange. But yeah, it's good. And
Silas, what are you so upset about right
Sal's
now?
a hater.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same
An
thing.
orange is an orange.
It's not an orange. It's a tangerine.
What about having green grapes
Different fruits.
versus red grapes?
Yes, but here's the thing: oranges are
Whoa.
orange.
Grapes are
He
grapes.
got you there. Dumb
Grapes
dumb.
are grapes.
Red grapes and green grapes are 2 different grapes.
It's an
Well,
orange and
you
a
know
tangerine.
tangerine's
One's not even
smaller,
called an
though.
orange.
They're both orange.
What about, Silas, now you might want to be sitting down. Have you ever heard of
I'm sitting
clementines?
down. Huh?
Have you ever heard
It's
of
an
clementines?
orange.
Wow.
Okay.
Clementines are a good time.
They're all
what
the
about-
same.
what about
You eat the
kumquats?
They're
skin?
just baby oranges.
What about kumquats?
Which one is
What
the
is
one where
that?
you eat the skin?
That's the one that's like this.
No, I'm thinking about kumquat.
I don't know what that is.
Kumquats are a good
They're
time.
like tiny little guys.
I've
They're like a little
never
bit more
seen
bitter,
those.
but that's just
Google
because
it.
you eat the rind with it.
You just pop them.
They're like grapes. They're like oranges that are the size of grapes.
Mm-hmm.
And you just
But do
pop
they have
them.
the tough skin?
Not quite
I've
as
never
orange.
eaten one. I'm not really
Oh,
interested in that.
No, they're good. I mean, it's just like
Let's
orange.
power
Connor,
rank.
you would
cut-
be the guy.
Oh.
I
I'm the
think.
guy. I'm the guy. Hit
no,
me with it.
have you ever eaten an
Uh-oh.
orange whole? Like you just take
No.
a bite
You
out
would
of
do it
an
for a
orange, you
bit.
eat the.
I
you
would
eat the
absolutely
garbage.
do it. I've eaten a
Or-
lime hole as a joke.
Yeah. So
All right,
basically, he's basically
I
done
can
it.
see it.
Is a lime just an orange?
No, lime's
I'm just
a
checking.
lime.
What if
It's
a lemon?
green.
What if a lemon like isn't
Lime
quite
is a
ripe
green.
yet, and it's like kind of still orange? Is it an orange?
Well, they don't turn orange.
I think a
They
lemon.
get- they go from
lemon could
white.
lean towards
They go
orange a
from
little
they
bit.
they go white to yellow.
What if a lemon came out on the tree and it was just a little orange? Because I bet it's happened.
No, it hasn't happened.
Here we
Ever.
go. Gonna have to use the Google machine.
Oh, you're gonna trust Google?
And here's what they did:
Orange,
they used Photoshop
lemon.
and they changed the yellow to orange. That's
Yeah,
what they
I
did.
do have to agree with Silas. It's shotofopped.
Oh, what about a mandarin?
You watch
It
your mouth.
literally has orange in the name, so it's an orange.
No, we added that.
Mandarin oranges.
That was big corporate America. I think we should power rank juices.
Okay.
I want your top 5
Apple
juices.
juice, number 1.
I do love apple juice.
Apple juice is number 1.
I think apple juice might be my number
What's
one.
your number 1?
My number 1. Well, I don't think I'm gonna start at number 1. Let's do top 3. Top 5 is overwhelming.
Oh yeah, top three,
Okay.
top five's too much.
Top 3. I'm gonna say you get top 3 and 1 honorable mention. I'm gonna say
I'm not a
mine-
huge juice guy. Again,
I grew up-
Oh,
they
you know
all-
what's
I
good?
grew
all
up on
give me
juice.
acid reflux.
I grew up
Grape
on
juice is so good.
I
It
do
is.
like grape juice is underrated.
I'm gonna say
Goodness.
my number. I go 3 or
If anyone
3
says-
grape, 2 orange, 1 apple.
I would, yeah.
Honorable mention for me.
don't do it.
Wait, you think I was gonna say cranberry?
No.
Oh,
If anyone says grapefruit, I'm gonna break this camera in half.
no.
Grapefruit juice is good.
No,
Too-
dude.
too
Grapefruits
sour.
are weird. Grapefruits
Too
are
sour.
weird.
If you sweeten them, they're good.
Well,
I would say
yeah,
my honorable
if you put
mention.
sugar on anything, it's good.
My honorable mention would be like, because I make it this honorable mention because it's a hybrid juice. Because there's a lot of hybrid juices
I
out of
can
there.
guarantee it's gonna have the word guava in it. Does
No.
it?
No,
You
although
seem like
that
a guava
juice-
guy.
That juice is good. The pineapple orange guava from the Rot was really good.
That's why I was thinking that. I know you like
the
that.
cran grape. Cran grape is very good.
Yeah, that stuff is.
But if if hybrid juices were on the table, there's a lot of them out there. Like you can get like we used to get like passion fruit or pineapple mango and juices like that. But
Will you,
I will
will
say-
you tell me what your ranking was again?
3 grape, 2 orange, 1 apple.
That's literally exactly what mine is. As
that's
well.
what
I think that's what a lot
that
of
would be
people's would
mine.
be.
I will say underrated juice, cherry juice.
Ooh.
It's
Whoa,
great.
interesting.
A lot of athletes drink it
Oh,
I've never had cherry juice.
because
Why?
it's got what does that have?
I'm gonna give you.
I
an
think that
overrated juice.
anti-inflammatories or
What-
something.
You want to hear
What
about
if I
overrated
what
juice?
if I came
Pomegranate.
what if I came in tomorrow and I was like, yeah, I got my cherry juice. It's delicious, guys, and I just had a bottle of grenadine. Fun fact: grenadine is actually pomegranate flavored, not cherry flavored.
Well, they added a lot of sugar
Huh.
to it. ''Cause pomegranate juice by
Well, yeah,
itself
yeah,
is
but that's the
not
flavor of
good.
it.
I've never had it. Like the palm, You know?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not-
you're
I've
not.
never
I don't
had
think
that.
you're
Very
supposed to
good.
drink that just like straight up.
Oh,
You're supposed to
really?
put it in stuff.
The palm juice.
Yeah, I think
They
so.
sell it in like a very much like just drink
I was
this
gonna
bottle.
say, it's
My
in, like,
dad
a
used to
small
put it in
bottle.
his smoothies because pomegranate juice is really good
good
for you.
antioxidants.
But I've had like I took just a sip of it and I'm like,
great.
you're not supposed to drink that. It doesn't taste like something you're supposed to
It's
drink.
not great. I mean, it's like if you're picturing it as like a healthy juice, I just like it looked so fun, and they called it palm, and I was like, I want this to be good.
That's the problem. Is it doesn't taste like a I'm gonna drink some juice.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was really into those V8s for a while. Not like the tomato V8s.
Those are
but, like,
good.
they're like the energy ones, but not the sparkling ones. Like
They're
the
like
juice
orange
ones.
and pineapple.
That's
Yeah.
I was doing those for a while.
I was like, whenever I was
those are great,
cutting weight like crazy
The orange
before my
pineapple one's
wedding,
fire.
I would drink one of those every single morning.
dude.
I
Connor's
was drinking those
diet
like crazy,
pre-wedding
dude.
was pretty much as fascinating as it gets. I will say that
Yeah, literally, I was telling
What
somebody about it the
were
other
you
day.
eating?
he was.
No, what I would literally do is I would go up to whatever it is that I wanted to eat. I would pick it up, and if there was anything in it that wasn't good for me, I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, he was very decisive.
If
no,
it had,
no
like-
sugar, the sugar was big.
No sugar, almost no carbs.
Yeah,
Like as few carbs because I wasn't working out. I was just eating, but I still really enjoyed eating. I wasn't starving myself at all. I just was eating like grilled chicken. And like what I made myself for lunch every day, I really
chicken with
loved it.
Clamato
I enjoyed it.
olives,
But I would
baby.
make grilled chicken with a carne asada sauce on it, and then I would have and I would put a bunch of onions and mushrooms in with the chicken, and I would eat like half an onion every day for lunch, and
probably where the acid
like a
reflux
huge
came
thing of mushrooms, and then I would have 6 Clamato olives with feta.
Feta,
Olives?
Yeah, Clamato
big
olives.
olive guy over there.
And but then whenever I would eat out or something, or if I was at work, I would go over to Kroger and I'd pick up something, and I would just get. And literally, whenever we would go buy sheets and get drinks, I would go up to the drinks, I'd pick them up, and I would look at what was in them, and if it had something bad for me in it, I wouldn't drink it. So I was eating a lot of those aloe vera drinks.
Oh
I was
my
drinking a
gosh,
lot of
this
those.
is gross.
I love those.
Did you
If you have
ever
a texture-
utilize?
If there's texture in the drink,
Here's the
I'm
thing.
Not here for it.
The month before my wedding, I only started like eating like the way I was trying to a month before my wedding. In 1 month, I lost 25 pounds
That's great.
That's insane.
just because I was eating food that wasn't bad for me.
Did you ever utilize the Kroger olive bar?
No, I didn't. I would love that though. I love every kind of olive. I love black olives. I love
Olives to
green
me are
olives.
just
I love
one that-
Kalamata olives.
I've
I've
never
never really been
tried
able to get
them.
on board with
I
olives.
love
But they
olives.
smell disgusting.
They're just
I
not.
love them.
They're salty, a little bitter. Like I get that. I understand where they fit in the flavor palette, and if they're on pizza amongst other toppings, then I'm like I'm not gonna pick them off because I understand what they provide to that pizza, and I'm
What
like
do they provide?
a little bit of saltiness, a little bitterness. Like that's like they squeeze in there in the right, but like it's not something I love. Like I usually
I understand why people don't like
if I eat
them.
one, I'm just kind of like Yeah,
There's
it's
a
not
lot
really
of things
for me.
I eat that I understand. Like I'm not like super prideful where I'm like, it's so stupid. You don't like. I understand why
yeah.
people don't like a lot of things
Ooh.
I like. I understand why people don't like olives. They're weird. I just really, really like them.
Yeah.
I understand why people don't like mushrooms. They're weird. I just
Mushrooms
really
are
like them.
super weird.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I do
We
like 'em.
were
I love
eating
mushrooms.
dinner last night, me and my family, and my dad really likes rye bread. Have you guys ever had
Okay,
rye
yeah, I
bread?
like rye bread. Your
Yeah.
dad,
Oh my
your dad's from
gosh.
up north, right?
Yeah.
That makes
You have
sense.
a
It is.
Reuben.
I
Yeah, I bet he
tried
loves
it.
a Reuben.
It is so disgusting.
What? What's
It
gross
is
about
so
it?
Gross. It's got like this like super.
It's got like a sourness to it a little bit. It's a little
It's
dry.
got this super pungent taste.
I don't
Like,
know if I've ever
it's
had
like-
just rye
it's
bread.
like
I've only ever had it on
wheat-
a Reuben.
It's like
and so-
wheat bread, but like 10 times stronger.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've only ever had it whenever it's soaked in
Oh,
Thousand
my
Island
God.
dressing and
Particular.
sauerkraut. Because
It's you guys
yeah.
gotta try it because
dude, a
it is
Reuben.
just.
I've definitely had
It's
just like
so
normal I would eat
disgusting.
just like a sandwich on rye.
I don't.
But,
I can't.
But if I'm
think-
like getting
could.
toast or something at like a breakfast spot, I'm not gonna get rye.
Like, it just makes my stomach churn.
It makes
just
him
'cause
churn.
it's So,
I can't. That's. I can't. I literally can't think of what rye tastes like because I've only had it on a Reuben.
What is like? Sal's honestly right. If you picture whole wheat bread and just like 10 times stronger, the effect.
What do you
of,
mean by
like,
stronger? I don't
like-
understand.
like
like
the
wheat-
weediness,
like yeah, just
Okay.
the grainy, weedy like
So it's
dryness
like
of
that.
it.
Really like okay. That
It's just really
like
hearty
dry,
almost,
grainy-
but then it has a
okay.
little bit of like a bitter sour taste to it. Yeah,
It's
like,
like a
if
bread
you went
version
into
of
a
hops.
farm and you just like picked up a handful of just like those wheat,
wheat.
and you
Okay.
just
It's like dusty. It's like real. It's like
Dusty.
dusty.
it's just
Real
gross.
dusty
dude.
bread.
It's so
I used to. There's
gross.
this restaurant where I grew up called Isaac's,
Okay.
and
Sounds like a good time.
yeah, well the whole appeal of Isaac's really was that their kids meal there, you could get a peanut butter and jelly on rainbow bread. They made bread like they made they
cool.
swirled it and made it into like a rainbow, and that was
That's
like,
fun.
very fun. What is number one on your guys' like food that just icks you out of this world list?
Oh,
like the
raisins.
That's it. Number one.
Ooh.
Raisins is number one. 100% confident. Raisins is number one. I will say also, I don't really like things with a lot of legs. So like if we're getting like into animal like kind of food, as in like octopi.
You don't like octopus?
Oh, you don't like octopus?
No, I do. Like I would eat straight up octopus, but like I don't want to see an octopus on the table, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
So like that really
Legs,
that freaks me out.
All 8 of them squishing around.
Yeah, legs really
good.
freak me out. Like I'll shell shrimp, but like I've got to turn my brain off because the legs really freak me out.
Okay,
So
not a big
same
leg
thing.
guy.
I love crab legs, but I got to turn my brain off because they freak me out.
Crab legs, they're so
I
much
love
involved.
crab legs, and
I like them, but there's so much you gotta
They are,
crack.
yeah, it's an
And
event.
you get this little piece of meat.
kind of
It's
the
not like
process,
so
though.
much work.
Like my father-in-law will get like crab legs for dinner, like at a restaurant. Like he'll get like crab legs. I'm like, to me, that's not like I'm going to like let me get my dinner item of crab legs. It's like this is an
like
event.
it's
This is
like a
crab
hobby.
legs night.
Yeah.
Like it's time for
Okay.
crab legs.
Picking crabs is like a whole thing.
But I haven't gotten crab leg. Like I used to, like every time we would go to my family would go to Charleston, South Carolina, which was all the time. It'd be like one night where like me and my mom would get crab legs.
Hey, I will say Kroger. Sorry, finish.
Oh, thank you. I don't even know how to finish. It's
just haven't had it.
You go to Charleston and get crab legs.
yeah, but I haven't gotten them in a long time because they're always so expensive and they always just say market price, and I don't ever
Yeah.
ask how much market price is because if you have to ask,
Did I ever tell you
hey,
guys-
what's the market price? It's too
Did
expensive.
I ever
for
tell
you
you
to
guys
buy.
how I got burnt by something similar to that at the beach? My most
Yeah, you
expensive
told
dinner.
me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So did I ever tell you
There,
about this?
there weren't like prices on the menu.
Well,
or
there
something?
was. So we went to.
'Cause that's when you know it's expensive.
My wife and I went out to dinner at the beach, and like we were going to this place called the Beach Grill that we love, and like they've gotten bougier and bougier over the years, and they've always been like as a dinner spot, especially like their lunch menu and dinner menu are different. As a dinner
Yeah.
spot, especially like we knew it was gonna be pretty pricey, and that was fine. Like we wanted to treat ourselves to a dinner. So we go out there, and it's kind of like just order whatever type of mood, and they had their special was their surf and turf, which was they had gotten lobsters from Maine. Like that was like the big.
Where is this
Okay.
at?
This is in
Like
Topsail
Myrtle
Island.
Beach? Okay.
Topsail Island.
I do love lobster, but lobster's also really expensive for how little you get.
Right now, so this comes with half a lobster and a steak. Now, the only reason
great.
that there was even a thought to order something like that is because the steak was the most expensive thing on the menu, but it was only like $45-$50. Like
Okay,
it was like
that's like a
at
pretty
least you could conceptualize it.
That's like a nice restaurant steak.
So I'm
Okay.
thinking if we get
What
the
kind of
surf
steak?
and turf, filet mignon.
Okay, good.
I'm thinking if we get the surf and turf, yeah, it might be a $70, $80 meal. It might be really ridiculous, but I was like, let's just do it. Like that would be just fun. Whatever. We saved for this dinner. This dinner is meant to be expensive. Let's just do it. So we get it. It was incredible. Obviously, it was like one of the best things I ever ate. Half of a lobster, so much lobster meat. I'd never had lobster like that, so it was a great experience. And like this whole time, this waitress is just giving us a look, like as if because like the price obviously was not on the menu for the surf and turf. I should have mentioned that. We only have to really guess about the price of the lobster though. Like I said, in my brain, I couldn't conceptualize that being more than like at least even with the steak's price.
Yeah.
So in your mind, how much do you think this was going to cost?
So in my mind, like I said, if the steak was like $50, I'm thinking the lobster at most is no more than another $50.
So you're thinking
At
$100
most,
total.
and it's half a lobster.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, there's no way I could exceed that. But that's not even like
Yeah, like a $75.
my brain's not
meal.
even really there at this point, anyways. But yeah, like this whole time, the waitress is like giving us this look, like that, like you guys are little kids look, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get it, I guess, but I was like, whatever. And then
Well,
finally,
had you shaved recently?
no, I don't think so.
Oh, dang. That lady's a jerk.
Yeah. and she was nice or whatever, but I don't know. There was just this weird vibe. Like I feel like people kept looking at us, seeing it, and we were eating pretty grandeur plates. I think I have a picture of it. I'll show you guys later. It was pretty insane. But finally the check comes through, and I want to say it was $296.
Oh,
Yeah, it was something like that. Maybe it was. I think it was something like that. And like we just laughed. Like it was one of those things where it was like, well, that's a bummer, but like we just had to laugh it off. And
Like it looks like we're not spending any more money on this trip.
right. And like luckily we are very blessed. Like when we go on that trip, like we are taken care of by my grandparents and my parents, and like
gotcha.
we go that whole week without having to pay for anything. So it's not the end of the world. But but our mind was we're gonna take advantage and get a big dinner, not that we're gonna drop $300.
Yeah.
We got dessert. Because at that point we were already too far in. But it was just like we just had to laugh at it. And I just remember us walking. We didn't like tell anybody when we got back because we were just like in shock, and we just had to laugh about it. Like that just happened. Like it was one of those
That's
things.
really funny.
Oh my gosh, still haven't recovered from it. Still in the hole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you guys like
Still in the
dessert?
hole.
Were you guys dessert people? Like when your family went out to eat?
No.
You getting dessert?
No, I could probably count
Absolutely
on one
not.
hand the amount of times, and I still don't even like. I am, especially nowadays, I'm not really a sweet tooth. I would much rather spend stomach capacity on savory
Completely
food
agree with
than
you.
dessert.
My wife loves dessert.
Every once in a while, I get in a mood where I'm like, yeah, I think I'd like to get like a dessert. Like I'd like to get it, and like a cheesecake slice right now. But no,
I think
I'd rather,
the only time the first time in my life that I ever got a dessert at a restaurant after eating was whenever I started dating Gabby.
Yeah, it does not.
She loves dessert.
The only time I would get dessert is if we went to a Mexican restaurant for my birthday and they'd
Yeah. They bring you out like
something
they're
out,
like
bring a
tortillas with
sombrero
ice
and-
cream.
Yeah. But no, because I would just, I don't, it's not
A
worth
lot
the
of it's
money
just
for me.
overpriced.
I'm the type
as
of guy
well.
where like I do like having something sweet after a meal, but like just give me a little piece of chocolate or something, just a little something,
Yeah.
something, and that's good
Little
enough.
Olive Garden.
Yeah,
Andy's,
little
man.
Exactly,
Andy's, yeah.
Olive Garden does it right.
But that's
the tour of Italy.
my mom is also my mom is an amazing baker, like a ridiculously good baker. So we never got desserts anywhere because like they just weren't good. Like
Yeah.
That is the thing too. A lot of places desserts are an afterthought.
no, yeah.
They just think, well, if we
Yeah.
cover this
Or
in
like they
chocolate
don't-
and ice cream,
Yeah.
you're just going to be excited that you're having it. And they also figure you're probably going to eat 2 bites of it. So why would we spend
Yeah.
a lot of time and money on it?
Yeah.
It's like, how many
And
people?
a lot of the time they're not like making it.
The only place
No,
I'm getting
like, it's
dessert
not
is if I go to
fresh.
Cheesecake
Benjamin's.
Factory and then I'm taking it home with me.
Oh yeah, Cheesecake Factory. You got to get dessert.
I've never
Yeah.
been there.
Let me tell you, I went to Cheesecake
it's
Factory.
good. Like it's definitely a good restaurant. It's not like the most amazing thing in the world.
I went one time because we had a gift card. It was at the
That's why
Crabtree-
you go to Cheesecake Factories if you have a gift
It
card.
was at the Crabtree Mall in Carolina. You ever
Okay.
been to the Crabtree Mall?
Never been to the Crabtree Mall.
Closer to Raleigh. I guess you're
Okay.
from Charlotte. Very big mall. We waited for 2-3 hours to get in.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
The mall was mostly closed, so we did a lot of that waiting just sitting there.
Yeah.
Finally get in. The menu is basically an almanac. It is so big.
Yeah, and there's so much variety.
The problem is
What do
they have a lot
Everything.
so many great anything you could even imagine. Any food
Like you said, like a
But they-
burgers and fries place.
Yep.
not
amongst-
specifically.
Steak.
Yep.
Yep.
Keep naming foods. They're on the menu.
They're a big
Seafood.
lot
Yes.
of pasta. A lot of pasta.
Pasta,
but they
okay.
have everything, and it was
They've
so,
got Asian dishes.
Yeah, it was so overwhelming because
Yes.
like,
It's very overwhelming.
I was like, oh, this is awesome, but then I was like, what the heck do I get?
Yeah.
I ended up getting a Cuban sandwich, which, like, in hindsight, I was like, it was a panic play. It was a panic play because I was like, I don't know
Out
what
of
to
all of
order.
that stuff.
Well, we did have an appetizer. We got these this egg roll thing where it was like all these different kinds of egg
Dude,
rolls,
yeah.
and that was really good. So like, I was already
I think their
full.
appetizers are really where it's at.
Yeah. And then I think I got cheesecake to go, but like I think it was like
I feel like you got to get cheesecake.
You got to get
Cheesecake Factory. Man.
Yeah.
But and the cheesecake's good, but yeah, it was just like I was just like, what do I do? So stressful.
Gabby and I have been there twice, both times because we had a gift card.
Yeah.
And whenever we went, we got these things called I guess like Buffalo Bites or something like that. But they're basically
If
like
you put buffalo in the name of anything like that, it's just like it's a hit.
yeah. And so they were like, it was basically if you take like rice paper or whatever, or like pastry, like some kind of like the thin paper pastry, like pastry paper, whatever they call it, and you put like a dollop of a big old slab of buffalo chicken dip in the middle of it. You fold the the thin pastry over it, and then you bread it and deep fry it like you would get chicken from KFC or Bojangles. Like that flakiness, the same kind of flakiness.
Wow, that sounds good.
It was amazing. I think we got another order to go.
Wow.
It was so good.
Cheesecake Factory is one of those restaurants I'd put in a category kind of like Olive Garden, where like you go in there and you can tell there are families that eat there a lot. Like there are a lot of people who are like, where are we going tonight? Let's go back to the Cheesecake Factory. Like that's people's like go-to.
I will say I worked at Olive Garden. There were a lot of repeat customers.
Oh yeah. I saw a new thing about Olive Garden on TikTok that apparently has kind of gone viral.
Oh, the cheese graters.
You can ask to buy one of their special crank cheese graters.
That's funny.
And they will go get one for you, and you can purchase it.
I bet it's so expensive.
Surprising.
I don't know.
I'm sure you can just get one on Amazon.
It's just a cheese grater.
Yeah.
That's like just get one on Amazon.
That's everything that appeals
Like,
to the
it's
people.
I'm
nothing
sorry.
special.
If you do that, you're stupid.
You got to be a pretty big Olive Garden fan.
No, you're just dumb. Like, that's dumb.
If Olive Garden's your favorite restaurant,
it doesn't even have Olive Garden branding on it.
Yeah, they don't make it. They just order it from their.
Dude, just try to think. Just try to think of somebody else's perspective.
Sometimes, whenever I think of people who
don't.
don't put any thought into what they're buying and don't think, you know what, I bet that this is stupid for me to do. Like that pisses me off. I'm angry
Konner,
right now.
You're telling me you haven't bought anything dumber in your life?
I have, but I just saying that is dumb. Go on Amazon, buy it for way cheaper. That's where they're getting it from.
Let me think where my brain is.
That's so dumb.
Let's say I knew somebody.
I think I just got.
Konner's
This might
fired
be the most frustrated I've ever been on Banter before. I'm not even sure where it's coming from.
If I knew somebody and I knew that Olive Garden was their favorite restaurant in the world, and they went there like once a week, they loved it so much, and they love everything about Olive Garden, I would, in a heartbeat, buy them that cheese grater as a present because it would be an amazing gift.
If it was Olive Garden branded.
And
doesn't even matter.
And they'd be like,
it doesn't matter.
cheese grater.
I would say, this is the cheese grater from Olive Garden. I was able to buy it. Turns out you can do that. This is the one they use in the restaurant. That person would think, that is such an awesome gift. I love Olive Garden.
You're right. That's a pretty good gift. Yeah.
That's all it took. You just got to think of it from the right angle. I'm not saying anybody should just walk in there and buy it. It's a specific reason.
I'm just thinking of like a rich family sitting down there, and they're just like, oh, you know what? Well, it would be really convenient to have a cheese grater.
I don't think that's happening.
Makes me so angry.
I think that you just pictured something that's not happening.
I know, but that picture made me angry.
It's people that love all, because like I saw the TikTok I saw was this girl who was like very excited about this cheese grater, and I think it's because she loved Olive Garden, and they were actually out. They were out of cheese graters because people had bought them all via the trend.
That's crazy. Well, I know at Olive Garden you can buy.
I'm curious to know the price.
You can buy like their syrup, like mixes for their you can put you can mix tea and.
Well, it's like Chick-fil-A sells.
You can mix like sweet tea and their like fruit sauces.
That's it. More restaurants.
You can buy their dressing.
More restaurants should do that. Yeah, Olive Garden dressing. I mean, you can buy that in a store. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
they sell it up front.
More restaurants should be doing that. I guess some restaurants like want to keep that stuff secret and like draw you to their restaurant. Other restaurants are like, let's just brand out. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Olive Garden and figure out how much it is.
I would love to know how much it is,
just
because
call them.
It's another one of those things where
just order.
If it costs more,
call a number.
If
like
it costs more than
takeout.
like $25, then it is pretty insane.
But I would just, you know what, Trevor? It would be a good gift idea to be like, this is from Olive Garden
to somebody who loves Olive Garden.
It's $23 on Amazon.
For one?
What do you mean?
This is the exact one.
Let me see it.
We found
I'll
the cheese grater at Amazon for $23, according to foodandwine.com.
There you go.
Is it white?
No,
it is white, and it's by Silas. Silas Professional Cheese Grater.
Well, if it's out there on Amazon for $23, then
that's
you
my
have to buy
company.
From the restaurant.
You guys didn't know.
Silas Graters.
Yeah.
There you go. What do you wish you could buy? I'm trying to think of like what I would want to buy from like any restaurant. Like, is there another restaurant that
I
has
bought Bojangles seasoning from Bojangles before.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just a wise
My
decision.
wife used to keep it in her car.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite things that you've told me. That's just so funny.
She used to keep a case of it.
Oh my gosh!
I did an
That
entire
reminds
Bojangles
me.
themed.
Like, how do they not in this article tell me how much it is?
Bojangles low key has the most insane website. They have so much merch. You guys have seen that sweatshirt I got, but I did a whole themed stocking for my wife in all Bojangles stuff. Because we love Bojangles.
That's great.
And like I got socks, a mug, that awesome sweatshirt that is like so cool, a beanie, like the seasoning. They got all the merch going. I bet they've reloaded by now. Like what's going on in the Bojangles website?
There's a guy I worked at a summer camp, and he carried an Old Bay, like just a thing of Old Bay seasoning. He'd put it on everything.
There you go. Old Bay
It's just the
merch
way.
store.
Dude, I've had
Store.bojangles.com.
Old Bay's hot sauce is really good.
I want to know if they've
They
got
have
more
hot
stuff
sauce?
than they did last. I think they do. Like I think they've totally reloaded. There's more stuff on here.
Good for
I think that
them.
more restaurants should do that. Like Chick-fil-A, biggest
I
disappointment
like that you
ever.
can buy their sauces.
Yeah, but Chick-fil-A,
like Chick-fil-A sauce
they
in
dropped
the
that
store.
merch line and it stunk because
Yeah.
it was
Wasn't
supposed to just
great.
be the colors of the sauces.
Well, whoever is their
but it didn't
marketing
say anything on
was-
it.
was trash.
Yeah, it was
That
dumb.
whole vision.
They were on a
idea.
decent track if they just put the name Chick-fil-A and the name of the sauce on all the
Yeah.
stuff instead of just making. I'm not gonna just buy green shoes and hope somebody thinks it's honey sriracha or whatever the heck it is. Like that's just so silly to me. Like you got to put the name of the stuff on there.
It looks like
Then it
from,
would've been a hit.
from the things that I just read was like it kind of started because somebody like asked to buy one or something like that.
like the Olive Garden.
And so they kind of started buying like kind of. I don't know.
I mean,
didn't
they
read the
have
full
extras.
article, so like I like that's fine.
When you train at Olive
I would
Garden,
say
you have
as
to,
long as
learn how to
they're
do it correctly.
as
I
long
don't
as
know.
they're
I
like
was,
within that
was a
price
cook.
range, it's I'm not upset.
Connor simmered down.
I'm simmered.
He was just picturing a rich family.
I would. There was like one
Yeah,
scenario.
we'll
that's
take
making-
one cheeseburger
I just-
for each of
It
the
makes me
kids.
really. I think so. I will be honest. I got really angry, and it was a really stupid reason to get angry. But
That's
it
okay.
bothers me because I am a person that like part of what I enjoy is like the products I want to buy is finding out better places to buy them from that are cheaper.
Harbor Freight.
And I a lot of times put a lot more effort into it than you need to.
Yeah.
But usually it takes the quickest, like I
a
just
Google
spend 30
search.
seconds
Yeah.
thinking about it, and then you might save a lot of money. And whenever I think of just people who are just like I don't really care. It's right here, so I'm just gonna get it right now. Like it just bothers me.
Yeah, if you bought the Olive Garden cheese grater because you were thinking, oh, I need a cheese grater, then that would be incredibly silly. I hope that nobody's done that.
Unless it's like $25.
There you go.
I wouldn't buy a
$23
cheese grater for $25.
I've never-
$23 on Amazon.
I've never had like a crank cheese
I
grater.
feel like
it sounds kind of
I feel like I could just go to Walmart and get
shredding
one
trees
for
sucks.
$7.
Probably. Well, but like the crank one, like if you buy like if you get a cheese grater, right? You're holding
it's
it
like
and you're doing that with the
yeah.
cheese block,
Yeah.
and like that's
The
annoying.
crank one-
No,
the
no, no.
crank one
You
is very
have to.
convenient.
I know, but you have to buy a special cheese for it. Like you have to buy the block of cheese.
Yeah, what
There's
do
a
you
block
put-
of cheese.
What fits in those?
block
Like
Cylinder.
it's gotta be like
They
a.
can fit a whole block, or do you gotta like
No.
cut it
You
into
can cut
like
the block in
slices?
You gotta
half.
cut it, but it's gotta be like the rectangle ones.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you would buy
just
to
get them at the
grate.
grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get those.
Well, I
for
know, like,
for,
the- like-
crackers,
I thought they were like gonna be like dowel-shaped cheese logs that went in the cheese grater. That'd be fun.
like a hot glue gun.
yeah.
What do you put a cheese stick in a hot glue gun? I think I just broke the internet.
Wait a second.
Just a mozzarella stick, just like straight into the hot glue gun. That's got to be a thing, right?
Dude, Google it. Just get on that. Real
All right,
quick.
I'll get on. You
Here's
guys.
the thing. That's
mean-
brilliant because. But what is the application? What do you need melted cheese?
Put it on crackers.
Oh, there you go. And Big
Yeah.
size. Big size got it. Put it on crackers. Wow. It should work. It melts it down. It's just a matter of is the melting point correct? Uh-oh. It exists? Did we lose it out already?
I think it might get too hot.
So there is one.
It might
There
burn
is
the
like
cheese.
Yeah.
someone made one.
Okay.
It's called a fondoodler.
A fondoodler.
It's
That's
basically
awesome.
like a hot glue gun type thing that you use cheese with.
It's like just buy a can of spray cheese, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, but that's not really cheese,
I don't
though.
like
Spray
Okay,
cheese is a
I
very
happen to
unique
wonder
taste.
if what would happen if
Yeah.
you put cheese in a hot glue gun. Kids' activities blog.
It's got to
Oh.
burn the cheese, right?
Ever since I bought my first glue gun, I'll keep reading this, or I'll give you the synopsis.
You can get a cordless like Bauer glue gun.
So sick.
Like, what could you possibly need that for?
For all your arts and crafts, man.
Heck yeah, man. Glue guns are just like, they can't get that much better than just the cheap ones that you just plug in and they're like cost for like $5.
My mom's had one that she got from Walmart for like 30 years.
I got a glue gun.
No joke.
Got a glue gun and a stapler right now. Upholstery should fear me.
That was the most pointless blog I've ever read in my life.
What did it
She was like, have you ever wondered what would happen if you put cheese in a hot glue gun? 4 ads. Scroll down past the ads.
Blogs?
Another like 2-sentence paragraph that just says, yeah, surely it melts glue. It should melt cheese, right?
No, that's
3 more ads.
blogs and recipes are all like that because that's the game.
That's like how they make money.
That's how they make money. So like recipes right now, you're going to get a blog post with ads between like that.
Then you go down a little further. My kids ran up to me and said, Mom, surely this will work, right? 3 more ads. So I feel like I have to figure it out. Best mom award goes to me. 3 more ads. And then it just says, but I was not brave enough to do it on my own, so watch this video where she does it. And it's just a link to a YouTube video.
Oh my goodness. They clickbaited you. You
Konner,
get baited.
So stupid.
I
bet she bought an Olive Garden cheese grater.
I bet she
Probably.
did.
She's one of those.
Konner, I bought a tree stand last night.
Oh, come on.
What?
Come on, Trev.
No, not what you think, Silas.
You bought a tree stand.
As in a thing that you say, a Christmas tree stand.
Ah, you should have led with that.
That was important. I'll just
I was
say
like,
that.
Trevor's not really into the
So
hunting
growing
thing.
up, we obviously all we had I'm a big
I just see that. I
buck
just
fever,
picture
brother.
you. I just
got
picture you
buck
sitting
fever.
in a tree stand,
Just like,
just
yeah,
watching
this is
them.
right. Just
watching
whittling.
a
them.
lot in my backyard, man. I'll take them. Here's the thing. Growing up, we for the longest time had this really sketchy metal, like cheap looking tree stand, and then one year a tree fell on us. It was really funny. And then my dad went out and bought this like insanely heavy duty, like really nice quality. It's made out of like a dense plastic, but really, really well built tree stand.
Yeah.
We're like, that thing's never breaking.
Does it have the water reservoir in it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to feed that baby.
Gotta feed
Here's the thing.
water.
Yes, here's the thing. I went on Amazon last night. Like, I need a tree stand. Pretty tough to find like a good quality tree stand.
Really?
Like, I was like looking through, and there was just a bunch of just similar looking janky metal ones that I was like, that's not gonna do. Like, I'm trying to get a pretty sizable tree.
Okay.
I ended up finding one that had a wide plastic base, and it says it does up to a 10-foot tree. Because I could have gotten the one that does up to 8-foot tree, but I was like, I'm gonna give myself a little.
This is for a real
Yeah,
tree.
a little more room.
Yeah,
right.
But I had to make sure I
Yes.
ordered it because those tree farms are going to open up probably right after Thanksgiving. I got to be
Yeah.
ready to rock and roll.
Got ready to get those trees.
You gonna go cut it down?
I'd love to.
That's
I
my
want
family.
to,
My
but
family
I've
did
done
that
that.
every
And
year.
now I got
We'd
the
go
Bauer
to-
chainsaw.
We'd go to Boone, North Carolina.
That's cool.
I've done one where you
Yeah,
like
go
flag
cut
a
down
tree
a
and
tree.
they come out and cut it down for you. And but like there is a
Nah, there's some you get a saw, you get a hand saw, and
That's-
you go out there on a tractor,
that's so sick.
and then
Yeah,
you
or an
pick it
axe.
out,
That's so sick.
and you go
There are
saw it
two-
down.
That's what Gabby really wants to do that. I would think it'd be really cool to do that, but then it's just really convenient where they got them trees at Rookies.
Well, there's like two.
And then you can get a cookie too.
Yeah, there's like two.
They have cookies at the axe places.
Yeah, it's all
No,
about
they
the
have
cookies.
free apple cider though.
Oh,
It's great.
There's two like country markets like right next to my house that'll probably at least one of them have trees. I'm sure
True.
that's where I'll get it. The
Yeah.
less time I have to make it with a tree tied to the roof of my car to get
It's
home,
more
the
of like
better.
a fun family festivity.
yeah, that's why.
No, I totally agree.
It's very fun.
The
Yeah.
way the
Gabby
tree
and I
always
had a good
worked for
time.
me growing up, there's no way I'll be able to convince my wife to do this. But the way it always worked was my dad would just go out. A lot of times we didn't even know, and then we would all of a sudden like we would just like look out our back screen door, and we'd see my dad hobbling around carrying a giant tree to bring it in because that's where we put our tree.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, the tree's here. Like a lot of times he wouldn't even tell anybody.
Oh.
There's no way that I'm gonna be able to go by myself. Not that I even really care to, but yeah, I'm waiting for those farms to open. This is a big year for me. It's my
It's
first year
exciting.
getting
It's
a real
really
tree
fun.
since my childhood.
You got to let it be like an event. You can't just be like, we're going here for tree efficiency. Like you got to be like, we're gonna look at all the trees and be like, which one is like for our family. You know, you got to be like, which one fits us.
I want the fullest and biggest one I can get. Got to bring my tape measure out. That's what we're doing. I want the biggest.
Well,
How much
how
is a real
tall?
tree, Big Con? How much you spent on yours? Like $50-$60, or is it more?
Yeah, it's probably $60.
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I told my wife last night.
Pretty
And
pricey.
Yeah, they are
she
pretty pricey.
played her finest card. She grew up with a fake tree,
Mm-hmm.
and she likes the idea of the real tree. She just is anxious to get a tree up.
Okay.
Understandable. And she played a card last night that was so funny because I, in our relationship, am very much a time and money efficiency person. Not that she isn't, but like she knows that that's my soft spot. Like if something is more efficient or like with time, especially time, but also with our budget, then like that appeals to me. And last night she goes, "How much is a real tree?" And like I was like, I don't know, like maybe like $60, like probably no more than like $80-$90 at most. And she was like, so like, would it not be more like cost efficient to like just like invest in a real tree? And I was like, yes, it would be. You're right. But I was like, this is one scenario where like that's not what this is about.
No, it's not.
It is about this is Christmas time, and I just thought that was so funny.
It's pretty and it
She did
smells
flip the
good.
switch.
It smells good and it's fun to vacuum up the needles off the ground because you're like, oh, I've got a tree in my house.
I got a cordless vacuum.
Yeah,
it's
cordless
not,
vac
It's
guy.
not a big deal. And the other thing is too the smell. You just can't replace the smell.
Yeah.
It's so
The
good.
smell
I
used to
love
put me in the hospital.
I love walking into my living room. Nothing makes me happier than walking into my living room in that season and just smelling pine. I love it.
Silas, whenever I was a kid,
Definitely
probably until I was like 7 years old,
Yeah.
I spent every Christmas in the hospital and for like really bad asthma attacks. And we never knew what it was. And it was always around
There's
Christmas
something
time.
going on. What
And
is
then-
entering our
and
house?
then finally, one of the doctors was like, "Do you guys have a real tree?" And my mom was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Try doing a fake tree next year." And ever since then, I've been fine. And so whenever
man.
Gabby and I got married, we were like, "Let's do a real tree." And I was like, "Am I gonna die?" I was like,
you made it?
surely not. And it didn't bother me at all.
fought
So
it.
we're
You
real
won.
tree.
You
I went
beat
like
pine
my whole
allergy.
life without being able to do a real tree because it would kill me. And
Yeah.
so
Wow.
now I'm like, let's real tree it up, baby.
I love having a different tree every year. I love the imperfections. That's
Yeah.
what makes it fun. I love finding which side is the fullest and turning it
Yeah.
that way.
Getting
which
it
when you-
straight, that's pretty annoying.
Yeah, which when you put it in a corner, it makes it really easy to find the good side. It's just I love it. I love everything about it. Got to remember to water that thing, or she will die. But yeah, I've had
And then you get to burn it afterwards.
had a great time with trees in my
Burning
life.
is a
Oh.
good time.
So I'm very excited about it. But yeah,
Whenever I burned our last Christmas tree, actually our last Christmas tree from last Christmas never burned. It stayed behind our house.
it was
until we moved houses. So for a really long time, and then I just what did I do? I think I put it on the curb and they picked it up. And then but my tree the year before that, we were still in our little rental house, and all I had was a tiny little fire pit, like little metal fire pit thing.
I remember that.
And I was like, I've got to get rid of this tree. And so what I decided to do was like literally cut off branch by branch and burn branch by branch in the fire pit.
Slowly but
because
surely.
like it would, I had a really tiny yard and there were trees all around the house. And like, I don't
Why
think
don't you just like throw it in the woods?
I remember my old house. There wasn't like woods.
Oh, you didn't.
There
have
was,
woods?
it was all other yards, but up against
That's
mine.
funny.
So I didn't have anywhere to put it. And so, so I literally burned it branch by branch.
Wow.
There you
It was really
Hey,
funny
now you
because
got the Bauer chainsaw.
Yeah, you got the
Oh,
chainsaw.
Zip,
Heck yeah, it's gonna
zip,
be
zip,
freaking
zip.
sick. It's gonna be sick.
Too easy. Yeah. Tis the season.
Wow.
Tis the
It is Christmas time.
All right, everybody, make your best whale noise. That's pretty good, Trev.
I
I think that
actually
might have
went-
been a mating call
I
because
actually
I'm
went-
feeling away.
I
All right, here we go.
actually went to whale school.
Oh, dang. Whales?
Bah. That was more of a cow.
There's a, but they do call whales sea cows.
True. No, those
that
are
was good.
manatees.
That's right.
There we go.
Here's my.
Manatees are in the whale family. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, that was
off.
great.
That was really good.
Thank you.
That was
Does anybody
We
have a
also
wheel?
went to Wales University.
Does anybody have a whale on their phone? I mean, a spin on a wheel.
Oh yeah, I guess I got to do that.
Yeah, spin the wheel.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Wheel of names.
Yep.
Got to load everybody.
Who's it gonna
in
be?
here.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be
Surely I don't
Konner.
get two in a week.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Hunter and Trevor.
The OG cast.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
That would be fun though.
Pretty much any combination you suggest is unlikely.
Well, I mean, it's all
right,
20% chance.
Number one, no, because you got to have it happen twice.
Oh,
Let's
so
do
it's
it.
a 10%
I
chance.
think it's gonna be me.
It's
me.
Trevor.
Oh, come on,
Back.
Big Trev.
I think when I spin the wheel, I actually have the
you
best
rigged
odds.
it, dude.
Let's go. All right, who's next? I'd be down for a Hunt Banter. Oh, it might be, or it might be Jason.
Nope.
Jason.
It's Jason.
Me
Jason.
and
All right,
Jason
come
and-
on.
Trevor, Jason, Konner.
Have you ever
There we
been
go.
on the Banter with Jason before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on the first one that he was on.
Oh, daggum,
That's when we
Trev.
figured out he was like the president's advisor.
That's right. You guys texted me. Yeah.
Oh,
guys,
you weren't on that.
I wasn't on. I was out of town.
Hot dog, hot
Yeah.
dog, hot diggity
Huh.
dog.
All right. See you guys. I'll see you guys in just a second. Like after I'm
Bye.
done blinking.
Yeah, bye.